Let's actually start with Idol. Just yesterday,
Sure.
I sat down with Ryan Seacrest, coincidentally, Idol kicking off, and here's what he had to say about the franchise.
Okay.
It was an interesting equation of many moving parts. I think it was successful because it was the right time for that kind of show. I think at the beginning you hadn't seen someone like Simon on television. I think that everyone has thought about that dream of pursuing their singing career. I think that there was a real journey story to it of finding somebody in a different city across America, bringing them out to Hollywood, then it being live, having it being unvarnished, and having all of that storyline and journey unfold. So I think it's a sum of all parts for the success of that show.
So for me, the most important thing he said there was the word was. All of these things were. And it was Simon Cowell, who's not there anymore. So is there a shelf life on shows like Idol? Have we seen enough winners and we're simply over it?
I think to some extent. Look, it's in its 14th season. And, you know, I think that the ratings have declined pretty much every year since season 6 in 2006. But I think what's interesting what Ryan Seacrest said, you think of when the show debuted in 2002, I mean, there was no YouTube or Facebook, and, you know, texting was a new thing. It was singular. And how this has evolved. And it was a real forerunner. I mean, right now, television loves live events. And, you know, Idol is a live event, but there's so much of it now, and there's so much of glutter, and, of course, there's viewer fatigue.
Okay, but that's what I don't understand. Everybody loves live events, but the networks claim these shows aren't good because they don't get syndicated. You know, TBS doesn't want to buy last season's Idol. So how do you balance it? You like a live event, but you like it once, not 7 times like Law & Order, which you can watch 500 times on 7 channels.
You know, that's true. I mean, Idol in its heyday, 5 years ago, Idol made $800 million in advertising revenue. And that's just, you know, it's just one stream. It doesn't have a shelf life. You know, it doesn't go on Netflix. There's no global distribution like a CSI and Law & Order that could bring in billions of dollars, you know, in the afterlife of a show. So really, it's all done up front. And so, you know, once the ratings started to decline, and the other part of it is that the show got older and older. I mean, the median age for Idol was 32 when it started in 2002. Now it's 52. So, you know, advertisers don't pay a premium for that target audience.
So Idol may have just grown a little long in the tooth.
Yeah.
What about reality TV in general, though? As Stephanie pointed out, right? The premium is on live entertainment right now, or sort of live productions of some sort, whether it be sports, or whether it be some kind
shows,
or some theatrical style production.
Yeah, well, you know, I do think that there's kind of a viewer fatigue. There's an awful lot of this on cable television as well, and even the cable networks. You know, you think of E!, you think of Keeping Up the Kardashians. You know, they're putting out scripted shows. Bravo, the Real Housewife franchise, they're putting out scripted shows. WGN America. So I think we're starting to see a change in the flavor or viewing tastes.
And when you say scripted, which is non-reality TV. This is like drama. This is series.
But there's reality TV on cable that's hugely successful. Just like you said, the Kardashians and Real Housewives are massive. Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live, his budget is minuscule if you compare that to what it cost to put Jimmy Fallon's show on. So isn't there an argument that reality TV is hugely successful?
And I think that's why it's not going away. I mean, it costs about $10,000 to produce a reality show in a minute. And for a scripted show, it's about $50,000. So, you know, scripted shows 5 times the cost. But I think the flip side is those shows have shelf lives. You know, you could take something like Under the Dome and put it on Amazon Prime, and CBS can make $9 million.
Right, it's the goose that keeps on laying the golden eggs,
exactly.
right?
Look at Big Bang Theory. I mean, that makes billions of dollars for one.
But isn't it hard to find those shows that are and it costs so much money to find a Big Bang Theory or a Law & Order?
Well, yeah, and it's harder and harder because of all the competition out there. I mean, the average American home last year had 189 channels. When you throw in, you know, the 40% of homes that's got streaming video, you know, that's probably 1,500 channels that viewers have. So, you know, it's a law of diminishing returns, so it's harder and harder to find a hit. And I think that's another reason why shows like American Idol or Dancing with the Stars or Survivor, you know, is losing viewers is because of the competition out there, and not just
that said, though, it's still better, given the cost of developing reality TV, to have 8 million viewers, more or less guaranteed every time you go to air with Survivor, than it is to throw some spaghetti on the wall and see if it sticks, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, Survivor is a show that's been on, you know, it's actually the first one on network TV. It launched in May of 2000, and it's been on for 16 years. They run it twice a year, and the audience has been relatively okay. I mean, it's actually getting more views than American Idol now, which You know,
how about Amazing Race?
I mean, here's a good example. My 12 and 14-year-old girls watch Survivor.
They do?
Yeah.
Do they watch The Amazing Race?
They do
People
sometimes.
love
They used to,
Amazing Race.
and now less of that.
That's when all the Emmy Awards, you know, that category is
it always
every
wins,
year.
and every year I'm like, amazing.
Yeah.
I just sitting there going, come on, Nene Leakes. It's always Amazing Race.
Well, that's a part of the appeal of the show is you get people who you like. You want to spend an hour, 2 hours with these guys because they're going to say something outrageous.
Andy
or
Cohen,
fascinating.
that's who I like.
Yeah,
He
that's why you watch
outrageous things.